Hey, what's up guys? So as you guys can see, this trade, this is the update, the aftermath of the trade. So I can close this, but right now I can't close it because of the maintenance thingy. But anyways, we basically hit TP all the way. It was a $2,000 trade. And as you can see, it's a 1 to 6. So it basically went from this order block because we were following order flow and we literally went and hit TP. This was the 15-minute time frame, as you guys can see. So once the 1 minute change in state of delivery happened, we went all the way up here. So this was the order block entry, as you guys can see. If I point this out over here, right? So this is the stop loss and this is the take profit 15-minute order flow following the 15-minute order flow. Okay, so as you guys can see, we have this market structure, internal term high be broken, and we have all this momentum, right? Second, I want to show you guys, so this trade actually went shit, right? This trade went all the way almost to my stop loss, but it will recover. I know that for a fact because it's basically collecting liquidity. Like I said, it's collecting liquidity through this manipulation wick. So that's why I have my stop loss at the bottom of this fair value gap, because if it invalidates my stop loss, that means it's going in the it's basically doing a 180, which means it's the market's reversing in that case, you know. So basically that's why I have my stop loss here. So you can see it's a manipulation. So it's obviously we haven't lost this trade. So it's basically it's gonna be a win. It's basically just collecting liquidity, just go higher, because we're following the whole principle of order flow, as you guys can see. So we go from a sell program to a buy program, and this is just a corrective move on the forward. So basically we will retrace towards this one, and it will take all this rest in liquidity before going lower, right? So basically what I'm saying here is, worst case scenario, if it does flip on our heads, it will break this fair value gap low, which means the market is shifting structure. At that point you don't want to entry. Okay, we have this. Now this one is a bit of an if, but NASDAQ and S&P, it's very, I mean, basically they're correlated assets, so it's basically very similar. So you can see we go from a sell program to a little bit of a buy program, but obviously we have rejection wicks, so that's why I entered here. And if you guys can, if I show you guys here, as you can see, there's a lot of rejection wicks in this area. And I put my fair value gap stop loss over here, and it works so well. Like, I put this here, and then I'm targeting this low. Why? Because in the 4 hour, it needs to, let me just do that. Okay, so it needs to take out all this restant liquidity, this trend line liquidity over here. So if we take this and then go higher, okay, so that's what I'm expecting price to do, because we have all these rejection wicks as well, which means the buyers have lost control of buying the market back. So we can see that this fair value gap acts as a good stop loss. There we go. So as you can see, this is parallel to this top of the body of the fair value gap. So that gives me a good 1 to 5, 4.5. Okay, so as you guys can see, we're 238 up, and we have a lot of bearish momentum. As you can see, we're 271, 280 up, and basically we're shorting all the way towards this because it needs to collect all this restant liquidity. And I'm pretty sure there was a PD area somewhere here that needs to be rebalanced, because if you look to the right on the forward, there is a there's this one, and there's also this drawn liquidity. And obviously I'm not targeting this one because it's too far away, right? So there's a lot of liquidity that could be collected from over here if they want to fund the trip to go all the way up there. So it would be like a huge corrective move, and then this impulse wave towards this restant liquidity on this trend line over here, if you guys can see that. So as you can see over here, this is the trend line liquidity, and we're expecting a pullback manipulation, and then we have the distribution leg. So we're 327 up, and as you guys can see over here, we had one again about this trade. We haven't lost this trade. Okay, we haven't lost this trade, mind you. It's just going for a round 2. So if it does basically go the inverse direction, that means it's basically going to either rebalance this fair value gap, or we just lost the trade. That's fine. Okay, so basically over here we have this one. Again, I can't cancel this because of some maintenance bullcrap, but as you can see, some maintenance bullcrap. But as you guys can see, we hit full TP, and we basically made 2 grand on this trade, right? 1 to 6.2 on this trade. Okay, so now we have this one, which is basically inverse, and we're basically collecting, you see this rejection, and we have the loss in momentum when it comes to buy bullish displacement. We have a lot of selling pressure kicking in, and that's why I take the market short towards rebalancing these rest in liquidity. As you guys can see, there's a lot of SMTs over here. There's SMT over here, and sorry, over here, as you guys can see, rest in liquidity right below this. So basically this has now been balanced, so that's why I'm expecting price to drop lower, and maybe even rebalance this. But that's not the type of bet that I'm trying to take. I'm trying to TP when it gets here, or even like over here, right? This would be a safe spot as well. So anyways, we have that, and very similar story on I have 10 lots on ES. So obviously, if you guys see this, this is basically where I wanted a TP. So it's a 1.74. But obviously, as you guys can see, like we hit TP, and I can't cancel out this trade because of the maintenance bullshit. But obviously, this is the point where I would exit out of the trade because it rebalances fair value gap, and we see a bit of a rejection manipulation over here, right? Basically, it took out this low. It swept this low with this wick, and then we're gonna see bullish displacement. So this is where I would exit out of the trade, but I can't exit because of this maintenance. But this, as you guys saw earlier, this was my drawn liquidity. So that's where I TP'd, and it went perfectly to that point, as you can see. Okay, so we have GBP USD. Now GBP USD has a bit of a dip. I don't exactly remember why I took this trade, to be honest. But as you guys can see, this is the forward, and it's drawing towards these highs over here. This is resting liquidity, as you guys can see, SMT, right? There's resting liquidity up here, so it's drawing towards this. Okay, first it's going to draw towards this. It's basically this rejection that we're seeing here is basically this one. So it's probably going to like rebalance, have a corrective move towards this, and then rebalance up. Okay, so you can even entry from like this area and target this as your stop loss, and then target this is your TP. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. I'm going to set an alarm or a alert, in other words, by order for. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do over here. So as you guys can see, it's pretty cool, So yeah, we're finally starting to see profitability, and I'm so glad this is happening the way it is, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm tweaking right now a bit, but obviously this gold trade is going a little less, but it's okay. It's okay, we live and learn. Okay, it's okay. We lost this trade. This one, it's fine. Okay, we lost one trade and we won about four other trades. So all good. So we went TP here. Like basically we're out of this trade. It's just that I can't cancel this because of this fucking maintenance bullshit. Anyways, that's besides the point, right? So anyways, guys, that's pretty much what I want to show you guys about the trade recap. So if you want to like watch the first version of this, you can refer to the live stream, right? The stream that was done before, like the one before, and you can see all the like executions and why I took these trades. And yeah, that's pretty much played out the way we anticipated price to play out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in for this. You can check out the previous stream where I go over why I took those trades.